Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
There's new evidence tonight about the challenges faced by England's poorest children when it comes to making progress in the classroom. A study by the Education Policy Institute has found that pupils on free school meals can be up to 2 years behind their better-off classmates by the time they finish secondary school. Our education editor, Bramwell Jeffries, reports from Darlington.
Nicole Gibbon isn't afraid of tough jobs. She took on a Darlington school in crisis, worked to win trust from parents.
Well, some families, in Darlington certainly isn't unique to this by a long stretch, have social mobility is incredibly low and don't leave the area.
Schools here get less funding than London, and Nicole told me many families have never moved from Darlington.
I have to take mum, dad, nan, grandpa with me on that journey so that we're all walking together and there's nobody behind, we're all together.
And what are the kind of fears that they might have?
The unknown, the lack of experience and the lack of opportunities that they perhaps didn't have themselves through no fault of their own. But it is the unknown and that fear of we're all right as we are.
Some parts of England have reduced the education gap. It's 7 or 8 months in Tower Hamlets, Hackney and Southwark, all of them London boroughs. But it's 25 to 27 months in Darlington, Derby and South Gloucestershire. £72 million of extra money to improve social mobility is going to some parts of England. But that money won't reach these streets in Darlington or other areas highlighted in today's report. This isn't just about the cash that schools get, although that does make a difference. It's about communities too. Communities where the belief in education as a passport to a different, better life has simply been lost. These teenagers learning life skills on a national scheme, but already at 16 set on very different directions.
I'm Sinead and I want to be an actress.
I'm Jess and I want to be in the military police.
I'm Nicole and I want to go in the Navy.
I'm Damon and I want to be a professional chef.
The people who were doing better were more likely had a better family situation, got more money than some of us. But it all depends on how much you want to learn as well.
Do you think it would have made a difference if, when you were little, you'd believed that you were going to go to uni?
Yeah, probably, because then you're a bit determined to carry on and go to uni.
The gap matters for their future and for ours too, because failings in education hold back our economy. Bramwell Jeffries, BBC News, Darlington.
68,000 households have had their benefits cut for the first time, losing around £50 a week under a government cap designed to slash the welfare bill. And the latest figures show that the cuts are still hitting thousands of single parents with children under 2 years old. That's despite a High Court ruling back in June that the benefit cap discriminates against exactly those families. Fatima Manji has been talking to one mum who has lost out.
Oh, good girl.
Sally Hillier says simply feeding her 4 children has become a struggle. In October, her husband left her and the family. Unable to afford childcare, she says she can't work and as a result has been hit by the benefit cap.
I've had to arrange a food bank so that I can definitely get at least pasta and sauce for the kids to be able to eat. Boys, did you want to get a spoon out? I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. When I want to go back to work, I would quite happily go and clean people's houses or flip burgers, whatever, but I can't because childcare is an issue, and I'm being penalised for that, for having a marriage breakdown, I feel, and it's not fair.
New figures today show Sally is one of around 17,000 single parents with children under 2 affected by the cap. It means she can't receive more than £20,000 a year. The government believes it's a way of making sure people don't choose benefits as a lifestyle choice. It says the cap has been a real success because more people have an incentive to work, and that extra help is available for lone parents.
When the government says that work is the best route out of poverty, I think we really need to think about what kind of work and how sustainable is that work. We see in-work poverty rates rising as well, and the risk is that child poverty is sharply going to rise over the next few years.
Sally says the decision makers just don't understand the reality of her life.
It should be the tax evaders that get it rather than the single parents and low-income families that are being struggled. I mean, if they could live on the money that we could, then maybe it'd be different, but we all know that they can't.
In June, the High Court ruled that the government's benefit cap is unlawful because it discriminates against single parents. But the government is appealing that decision.
Fatima Manji reporting.
I've been